Oh my God! Dave Grohl, everybody! Woo! I just drank $20,000 worth of wine. You're like, oh.
Spanish-style slow-cooked lamb.
I'm in heaven. I don't want to put my mom's quiche against your mom's quiche.
Yeah.
You're like killing it, and you're having the best audience. Someone's child has like the headphones, and they're just on side of the stage like, I want a smoothie. Hello, welcome to Dish from Waitrose. I'm Nick Grimshaw.
And I'm Angela Hartnett.
And we are here for another episode of Dish.
Indeed we are.
Yes.
Excited?
I am excited today. We're recording
Just
this...
today?
No, I'm excited all the time to be here.
Okay,
What's
all
not
right.
to like?
Of course.
You.
Oh, bless you.
Food.
Great guests.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
No,
Always.
I'm joking.
Great
No
crew.
duds, no duds,
No
really.
duds.
Today won't be rubbish. Today will be good.
Definitely won't be rubbish.
Today will be fantastic because we have Dave Grohl coming to see us in a second. Dave Grohl, real-life rock legend,
Yeah.
of course, was in Nirvana,
Yes.
Foo Fighters, Them Crooked Vultures,
Yes.
starring our best friend, Joshua Homme.
Indeed. Our very best friend. Now we're on a daily text, me and Josh. Hi,
you?
Josh. How are you?
Daily?
Chat. Not daily.
How often are you
Every
texting
now and
Josh
again.
Homme?
Just going, morning, Josh. You know.
No, you did
I
not.
don't. I did text him earlier and said, your mate's on. He goes, I know, Grimmy told me. He goes,
Yeah,
you'll have a great time.
I mean, I don't text him. I did text him for this.
Yeah.
Because I thought, maybe he could give us some intel
Didn't give
on
us-
Dave Grohl.
Oh,
He
he
did
did
intel.
barbecue.
Great intel. Yeah. To be discussed. But Dave is here to talk about the fact that there's a brand new Foo Fighters record. They're going to be doing some shows. Also, he loves food. He loves to barbecue. He's a big drink fan as well.
Loves whiskey.
Loves whiskey.
Is he a wine drinker, do we know?
Yeah, he's got wine collection, Dave
Oh,
Grohl.
wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
Love that.
Before we get Dave in, should we talk about asparagus?
Let's do it. Because we're having asparagus with Dave.
We are having asparagus, and you know why?
It's asparagus season.
Yay! Huge season. Now, I've never heard, until I started Dish, asparagus season. So why does everyone get so wound up about asparagus season? People are saying this is like what, Carnival is to Rio. Asparagus season to people that work at Dish.
I think certainly chefs and cooks like it because it's the start of the spring season.
Yeah.
I think they're very English. You don't.
Asparagus?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
You grow them. I mean, they are grown abroad, but I think having them when they're ripe in season, which comes in about April time, and it will go through to early June, and you get the Wye Valley asparagus, you can get the New Forest asparagus. We've got an amazing producer down in Essex who grows asparagus, and they're beautiful. And there's a one ingredient. You literally steam them, boil them, a little bit of butter and black pepper, and that's it. And when you go to a restaurant like St. John, they don't even give you cutlery. They give you the whole asparagus, and you're supposed to, apparently the posh way is to eat it with your hands.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, yeah.
All right, well, I'll be posh and eat it with my hands today.
There you go.
I do love asparagus. Asparagus reminds me, I always think it's posh.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Don't know. It seems
it
to have
have
that reputation.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think maybe because they're expensive.
Uh-huh. How are you spending the rest of asparagus season? You going away?
Well, I'm
or-
going to go away to an asparagus farm.
Yeah, and have you got Neil's family coming
Yeah,
down?
they're coming down for it. Yeah, we're going to have an asparagus party.
Yeah, I thought
so. It'll
so,
start
yeah.
with steamed asparagus, and
Yeah.
asparagus risotto,
Yeah.
then lamb with asparagus,
Yeah.
asparagus tarts.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's all asparagus.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
wear asparagus outfits as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
Little-
Yeah, it's a
little
huge
chef hat,
season. It's
which
brilliant.
has all asparagus
I mean,
around
Christmas pales in comparison, doesn't it? Such a nice time. Get everyone together, presents, big meal.
it. Big asparagus wrapped
Oh,
up.
big asparaguses. Yeah. It's the most magical time of the year. Well, thank you, Angela. I think it's only right now that we continue celebrating asparagus season with Dave Grohl. You think asparagus season, you think Dave Grohl.
Always.
Let's get him
Can you
in.
imagine we came on stage with asparagus?
Fast as well. Is that it? I got it.
Are we ready? Yeah. We've got a little drumming happening here.
That's not coming through on the mics.
Dave Grohl!
Hi! Hello!
How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see
How are you?
I'm very well.
Welcome to Dave.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How are
How are you?
I'm very well,
Great,
thank
thanks
you.
for coming.
Oh, thanks for coming to see us.
This is my favorite part of the entire day.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what we want.
What would you like to start with? A little glass of red? Or?
I would love a glass of red.
glass of
It's
red,
time, isn't
yeah.
it?
It's time.
Afternoon.
Time to welcome our guest now, Angela. Time to welcome a Grammy award-winning musical artist
Yeah.
who won't go on stage with the rest of the Foo Fighters until everyone has had alcohol
Yeah.
and is ready for a laugh. Actually laughing and
Yeah.
drinking alcohol. Here to recruit you as a new member of the Foo Fighters. It's Dave Grohl, everybody! Dave, yes!
Hey, Dave.
Yes, when I heard that, I was like, hello. Alcohol and laughing. Angela Hartman.
Don't
But is
listen.
that
Best medicine.
hello,
Laughter,
yes.
too.
Yeah, before and after.
Yeah.
But is that true that you like to, is that a genuine
yeah.
thing that we have to laugh, or it's not happening?
Yes. I mean, I think that, first of all, we've been a band for a long time. It's been 30 years. And so we've kind of grown up with each other.
Yeah.
And we've been through all
of
of this life
Yeah.
together, right? You know, there's some times where that 3 hours on stage, those can be the most comforting 3 hours of an otherwise really difficult day. And so the fact that we're always there together, sharing this thing, this
Yeah.
connection, this bond, there's a lot of joy. And then sharing that with the audience.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you get to experience this communal joy and
Yeah.
love of music and energy. The cocktail thing is funny. Pre-show, there was once maybe 8 years ago, I had to go get my vocal cords checked out, and I'd never done that.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh Jesus!"
Were
it's
you
gonna
not well
look
or
like
something?
string
What was
cheese.
the reason?
I had to go. Basically, well, it was something with my throat that needed to be looked at, and I thought, okay, this is it. They're going to tell me that I've thrashed my vocal cords and I'll never be able to sing again. And the guy sticks the camera down into my throat, and he goes, just relax, and he'd say, okay, now say E, and I'm going, E. And then he looks at my vocal cords and he goes, wow, they look great. And I said, you're kidding. He said, no, they look amazing. Do you do vocal warm-ups? I said, no, I don't. And he goes, okay, do you do like vocal cool downs after a show? I said, no. And he said, well, what do you do before a gig? I said, honestly.
How
I
much
said,
time you
an
got?
hour before the show, I'll open a beer. And I'll start drinking the beer. I might take an Advil because my knees hurt, my ankles hurt whenever I'm old. Then I'll have a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
And then once the beer is done, I'll open another beer. Then we'll maybe have a group shot of
Group
whiskey,
shot,
which
yeah.
we call band prayer because you sometimes see. And so like, we'll have band prayer. And then someone will say 15 minutes. And I open one more beer and have one more shot.
Yeah.
And then hit the stage.
Yeah.
And my doctor said, just don't change what you're doing. Like, it's working. And I was like, okay, great.
And we're doing it.
And that's it.
Yeah, it's on doctor's
But
orders.
laughter it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
There has
Yeah,
to be
I'm
joy
sure.
when you hit the stage
Yeah,
because
of
you're going to
course.
project that to the audience.
Yeah, that we can sense it and feel
For
it
sure.
through. That is a fantastic pre-show ritual.
Yeah, I think that's
Do
brilliant.
you have one like before you're doing like, you know, on the pass, a busy Saturday night at Murano, Michelin star, like go. What's the pre-gig ritual?
We have done it when we've done big festivals. Like when I've cooked with mates of mine and we're cooking for like 200. There's a mate of mine, Mitch, that his pre-cooking is a bottle of Armagnac.
Oh.
And he'll literally, like, you're starting the day at like 9 o'clock, you're prepping, he's going, Armagnac, everyone, and he gets the shots lined up. And I like looking, I said, Mitch, you're about to kill me here.
Wow.
I can't do that.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's actually, so when we do barbecue, we make
Yeah.
barbecue
Okay,
sometimes.
yeah.
That's a long cook.
Yeah.
You know, it depends
Yes.
on what you're cooking, but it can be anywhere from 16 to 22 hours where you're basically just tending a fire. You're
Yeah.
maintaining a consistent temperature. And so it's mostly about fire management and watching your gauges to make sure that everything stays at that temperature.
Yeah.
So you're awake for a really long time. And depending on how many people you're cooking for, maybe it's 100. 2 weeks ago, we cooked 13,000 meals.
Oh my God.
For homeless shelters all over Los Angeles. We had 6 gigantic, I'll show you a picture, 6
yeah.
gigantic smokers.
Oh my
It was
God.
6,000 pounds of pork shoulders.
Wow.
And to be pulled, to be made into Carolina-style sandwiches, whatever.
Yeah.
And if there's 100 people 800 people, 1,000 people in a line, the only thing that's going to get you through that service is a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I get
And
that.
so you hit the second wind where you're like, all you want to do, you're so exhausted, and you're like,
you need an
let's
upper.
go.
You need
Right,
something
let's
to get
go.
you going.
And then you're the happiest chef anyone's ever met.
I love you saying that and Ange being like, absolutely, I hear you. all serious, like, I hear you. Hey, we should talk about as well, just before you came in, we were talking about how we had Josh Homme on. And he talked about your barbecuing skills.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about them. But he said to ask you about the time he fell asleep on a plane from New York City.
Oh, God.
And that was it.
So for anyone who's ever met Josh, Josh is, he's sort of a large, imposing type, right? So there was once when we were on a flight, we were up in like first class or business class, and we're surrounded by all of these businessmen. And I was sitting next to Josh, and Josh stays up late. He sits down next to me and immediately falls asleep. All right, so we're on a flight. The first class section is totally silent, and Josh has a nightmare. And totally silent businessmen with their newspapers, and Josh jumps up and he goes, "Oh my God!" It was so terrifying. Everybody, and I mean, like, that's kind of a vulnerable space. When you're in
And he's so big and loud.
aluminum tube, 35,000 feet. There's nowhere to run. And Josh, of all people, jumps up and scared the out of the entire first class. So the rest of the flight, everyone was just right next to him, waiting for something. I don't think I ever sat next to him again.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I can't be next to you. And then he went right back to sleep. I'm like, you
That is so good.
God.
We always like to start dish with food likes and dislikes. And we always ask our guests, like, what they love, what they don't want to eat.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get, I like rice or I like chicken.
Right.
Yours was so incredible and elaborate and specific. Poetic. It was beautiful. Okay, this was Dave Grohl's food likes list. Fried chicken with good champagne, Korean bulgogi, poke, pesto, North Carolina barbecue, Maryland blue crabs, mashed potatoes, wood-fired steak, sushi, sashimi, shabu-shabu, curries, cheese, stronger the better, blueberry muffins, German sausage, schnitzel, lamb chop, shawarma, oysters, clams, mussels, stromboli, popcorn, buffalo wings, Sunday roast, corn on the cob, cornbread, Mexican street corn, gumbo, coleslaw, grilled asparagus, good bolognese.
Yeah, not bad.
Good chili, good carbonara, fish and chips. That is an amazing list. That is an amazing list.
I have to be honest. I was sitting on the couch and I saw the question and I'm like, how do I answer this?
Wow.
So I just started going,
Yeah.
until I got to
what
the
we
point where I should just say, I need anything. I really
Less
got to the point.
poetic,
It's like,
yeah.
honestly.
Feed me whatever. I don't care.
But all
Really
of those
great.
things for very specific reasons.
Yes. Yeah. I like that you put like good bolognese and good chili because I see things like that, like, oh yeah, I like good.
Yeah.
Obviously we do like good. But do you have like a favorite pasta memory? Because I think when you have a good carbonara and I don't know, maybe Rome.
Proper bolognese, for me, growing up, my father was a great cook. My mother and father were both great cooks. And my family's from northeastern Ohio. So there was a lot of Italian food in northeastern Ohio.
Okay, right.
And really delicious Italian recipes. So my father had this bolognese recipe. You don't use tomato sauce, it's just paste.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a typical, and I make it all the time, and I love it so much. With fettuccine, that's my favorite way to eat bolognese. It's butter, it's olive oil, it's pancetta, and then it's onions, soften the onions, and then the carrots and bay leaves. But it has nutmeg.
Yeah.
And so as you wind up after browning the meat, you throw in the bay leaves, and then you wind up with red wine and then the broth or whatever. But it's the nutmeg that really gives it that, it really kind of brings everything out.
Yeah.
But to me, like, that's my kind of bolognese. I will eat like a red ragu any day of the week. That's great. But like a bolognese that you could make a sandwich out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that to me is like
That's
good
right.
bolognese.
That is, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love all the little spices because the thing we do at Christmas, annalini, there's cinnamon in that. And I don't know, and we're from the Bologna region up in the hills. And for the love of us, we don't know where cinnamon came into this recipe.
Yeah, huh.
This tiny little village. But it's the same as the nutmeg. You know, where would that suddenly come? It's not a traditional thing. I love that. I'm going to try it next
Well,
time.
this is one of the cool things
Your
I think,
dad, the
especially
nutmeg.
like when you're talking about there's really old traditional barbecue recipes, and they're not complicated. Well, that's a longer conversation, but how these recipes kind of like
Evolve.
and mutate over time. You know, and then you wind up with something that's a reimagined version of it's not unlike rock and roll or music. You know, you go from Chuck Berry and you wind up with Jimi Hendrix, and then from Jimi Hendrix you wind up with Radiohead, and then from Radiohead you wind up with whatever comes next. They're based on the same principle. But it's an evolution or mutation of those things.
Yeah.
Right, on that note.
And she's leaving. That's enough of that. Off she goes. She's got a restaurant to run.
Thanks, Dave. That was great.
But I love hearing you talk about food. So you've always enjoyed food and making food and eating food. What was it that, do you think, instilled that? Was it, because often you find people who do your job of being, you know, a touring musician.
Yeah.
A lot of musicians I speak to love cooking because, you know, they get to be back home and it's control.
For
and
sure.
It's the one thing you can't do on the road.
Yeah,
You know, you
it's
can't be-
stabilizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you like food before touring, or do you think that touring led to that?
Well, my mother was a great cook. She was a public school teacher. So we lived a very simple life. We didn't have any money, right? And so just enough for my mother to like feed my sister and I. And she was so inventive and so creative with so little. So she could, I swear, if she were to make a turkey, we would have that turkey would last for 2 weeks, you know? And it was like crepes or it was, you know, a pasta or whatever. So I basically just ate anything that she put on the table.
So what do you like when you, because if I've been away, and I've been away from home, I always want like a chippy.
Right.
But is there anything that you have, like you've, you know, been on a crazy touring schedule, is there a meal that you're like, that's like my sort of bring me back to myself meal?
Well, the first thing I do when I come home from being on tour is I like to cook for the family. So I love to get straight into the kitchen, and whether it's making a roast over the weekend or it's a pasta, I usually like bring the comfort, like I'm home and I bring the comfort to the kids.
And do you like, because it is one of those things that maybe you can do it on the road. Do you ever say, I need a rider?
This is hilarious that you mentioned this. Do you know this?
No.
Okay. So apparently there's such a thing that artists, musicians have hotel riders. Do you know this?
Yeah, well, I've heard of riders, yeah.
Okay. So there's a backstage rider.
Yeah, but not a hotel rider.
Apparently I've had one for the last 20 years. And I'm like, I had no clue.
Never heard of it.
And so I was like, I thought everybody gets the cheese plate in the humidifier. Like, what? But apparently, that's like specifically.
I thought they were just in there.
I had no clue, right? And so we were on tour in Australia. And and the person who takes care of that says, well, you're a hotel rider. It's the bottle of champagne, which I never open. The cheese plate, which I decimate when I walk into the room, and then a humidifier. And so, which doesn't work.
Yeah.
I never even plug it in. So for 20 years, this has been going on. And she's like, yeah, that's your hotel rider. I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like, you can have anything you want in your hotel room. I'm like, oh my God. And then I thought, you know what would be amazing? A hot plate. Some sort of like portable kitchen so that I could, on a day off, can go to the market and buy all of the ingredients to come back to my room and cook my own dinner. And so the next morning she's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I just maybe like a Sterno stove and like a hot plate. And she's like, you can't do that. And then I realized like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to burn down the hotel with my band in it. So, but
anything but that. Yeah, anything but that.
So that's what I always wanted.
The rest of your likes we'd loved was wine-based. So wine, red, Californian, Argentinian, French, Italian, Spanish, Australian, and dessert wine.
I do.
So what wine do you...
It's one of the funny things when you first start not collecting wine, but realizing like, ooh, I'm going to buy nice, good wine.
Yeah.
And so you buy a good bottle of wine and you think like, okay, I'm going to save this for a special occasion.
I was just going to ask you that, yeah.
And you come home from the studio and you're like, well, I could have that one or I could have that one. But it's Tuesday night. I probably shouldn't. Oh, well. And then you're like, and you're like, pound the whole thing.
It's a special day. Can't save it for too long.
So, but I like big, full-bodied.
Big ones. Yeah, I always think as well, I don't know who conned me into this, but every time I'm having red wine, I'm like, healthy. So healthy.
I think someone,
I'm like,
less sugar, you think?
healthy.
some doctor somewhere.
Your doctor.
My doctor. My
Your
doctor said like, oh, the tannins are good for your arteries and the health and whatever. And it's like, maybe a glass.
Yeah.
Not the entire bottle.
No,
right before
I'm
bed.
always like,
Yeah.
it's healthy. Yeah.
That being said, this is delicious.
Please, yeah.
So
on
I'm just
doctor's
gonna,
orders. Who are we to argue
for
with
you.
Italian
It's good
doctors?
for you.
Do you know what I mean?
You wanna
Yeah,
do it?
it does the
Yeah, why
doctors.
not?
Yeah. This doctor said.
Mr. Rolf.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think it's true, Ange?
I think it's
true.
You feel there's less sugar.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
There isn't, but you feel there is. But we've got past that saving wine because we used to say, I would always say, we're going to save this now. We have saved every wine from our wedding because we spent big. But now he's like, just drink the stuff. What are we saving it for?
know,
so when we
right?
have mates round, we have to make sure we open that first because otherwise we get too hammered and then we're just going for anything. So you're like, let's have the best wine first because then we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what we drink.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
Actually, you know what? There was once when I was invited over to the house of a very famous actor who I'd never really met before. And I knew this actor liked wine. So I found a cool bottle from Napa Valley in California. It was a winery called Cliff Lede. And this person had named all of their fields after classic rock songs. So all the blends were like Bohemian Rhapsody with like Space Oddity or whatever. And so, but the label was like a Marshall amplifier and all the knobs are turned up to 11. And I'm like, okay, like it's really good. It's a good red.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, it's also like funny and cute, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Good gift.
Nice gift,
Yeah,
right?
good gift.
As a guest. So I show up with the bottle of wine. And my host was so kind and says like, oh, thank you so much. And then pulls a bottle from his cellar. And at the time, I was the only person who drank here at this dinner. And so I'm left with this bottle of wine, and it's so good. I downed it like a Pepsi. I was just like, whoa. And then another bottle arrives. And I'm like, this is great. So I destroy that bottle. And I'm like, this is the best wine I've ever had in my life. That's amazing. So the next day, I email my host and I say, thank you so much. It was a great night. And that wine. Yeah. What was that wine? And it was an Aubryon. It was a Chateau Aubryon. And I don't remember what year. But I'm like, ooh, Aubryon, that sounds. And so I thought, let's get some of that for. Well, I had no idea. So I'm like, I said to my wife, I'm like, we should get some of that for the new wine room. So I Google it. Holy I just drank $20,000 worth of wine. I'm like, I was mortified. So I immediately emailed this person. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And the response was, that's what it's for, right? And I thought, like, I'm going to buy cases of this. Yeah. I did not buy this.
Not yet. No.
Those will disappear on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not 20 grand Tuesday, please. No. We should talk about this.
Yeah, what do we have
delicious
here?
food. What's arrived?
So we have a Spanish-style slow-cooked
What does that
lamb.
mean?
Yes.
Well, it's got sherry in it. There you go.
Oh.
No, it's not just that. It's just a shoulder of lamb that we've slow-cooked.
God,
We've
look at that.
marinated with some lovely oregano, some clear honey, and smoked paprika. That's been rubbed all over it. And then in the oven with a touch of sherry. I've added a little bit of water, so it just really cooks. And it's on a bed of oregano and red onions. And I've put some garlic in there as well. And so it's just slow cooking for a couple of hours. And then once it's cooked, you just slightly pull it apart and then reduce the sauce. So that goes on top. And then we've done it with some asparagus that are in season now, coming in. And then some little roasted potatoes with some confit garlic and rosemary as well.
Amazing.
Thank you.
This is so delicious.
Thank you.
How, okay. So
yeah.
Serious.
Is it slow? So it's slow cooked.
Slow cooked, So low temperature, about
long time.
140. And for about 3.5 hours to 4 hours, depending on the side. And you've just got to make that it's pulling apart. Well, I mean,
Is it foiled or not foiled?
I foiled
okay.
because then it slightly steams it as well, you see, and then you're getting all that sort of steaming heat as well, which makes a big, and that's how I cook things like any slow roast. I always foil to get that.
Oh, this is a recipe by José Pizarro.
Yeah.
Right?
He's brilliant, Jose. He's a great mate of mine and he cooks amazing stuff. So this is his recipe.
So tell us how we make this slow-cooked lamb, please.
So you take your lamb shoulder, you cover it with some smoked paprika, nicely season it, then place it on top of some chopped onions, some oregano, into a nice sort of oven tray, and then add a touch of clear honey on top of the lamb.
Clear honey,
so you get that slight sweetness. And then you've got the some sherry to it, and then you foil it really tightly into an oven, so it slow roasts. And then the last 30 minutes, sort of take the foil off, so you can get that nice crispiness, reduce the sauce a little bit, and then you want it to pull apart.
It's delicious.
God, it's
and then
so
the
good.
sherry, what are you getting from the sherry?
Well, I think you get that lovely sort of oaky, sort of nutty flavour with it. And I think when you slow roast anything, you need a little bit of moisture in it. When you're doing it in an oven, I think you need a little bit of moisture because that's going to help create that steam that's going to help it keep moisture in the cooking and then cook it nice and evenly. And
okay, well, if you want to get this recipe, waitrose.com/dish recipes, you will get Jose's recipe on there.
The wine we're drinking is a Rioja Reserva, mature Spanish red, which is perfect pairing for rich, slow-cooked Spanish lamb.
We also have whiskey.
Absolutely.
If you want a whiskey, we thought it was a dessert.
I mean, it would be rude not to.
Right?
Yeah. Perfect. What's your
1,000%.
favourite whiskey? You Scotch, you Irish whiskey, or?
What do I really, really love? I love bourbon. I do. But I also love blended whiskeys.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And my favorite, which has been a staple in our band for years and years and years, is Crown Royal. If you've ever come to see us play and you've walked home satisfied, had your world rocked,
Yeah, definitely. We've done that.
it's the Crown Royal. I'm telling you. It's not me. It's nothing to do with me.
No. You have both said that you want to tap dance.
Oh. Just another Tuesday night in the studio.
I'm going to get my trombone.
Get the out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Dave is here for many reasons. First of all, it's asparagus season. Second of all,
I finally have someone to celebrate it with. Where have you been all my life?
I know. What? We also, have a new record from the Foo Fighters to talk about.
Yay.
Which is such exciting news that we have brand new stuff from the Foos. Congratulations
amazing.
On this new record. How does it feel to, return with brand new music? Is it something that you're excited about? Do you get nervous? Is there anticipation? How are we feeling?
So we've been a band a long time.
Yeah.
And we made a bunch of records. So this is our 12th
I've heard
record,
them.
I think.
Yeah.
And you make different records for different reasons, and they happen at different times, and they have different sounds. But then there's also like different intention and different ambition and things like that. After being a band for so long, there's a different kind of pride, like, holy shit. We survived, and we're still here making these. And so you'd imagine, maybe it's time for our like sleepy acoustic Eric Clapton phase, and ballads and that's just not who we are.
Yeah.
so there's this like beautiful liberation. And you know what? I'm just going to scream bloody murder for the next like 4 minutes. And it feels really good. So you shouldn't really release a record until you're entirely happy with it or feel like fulfilled or satisfied or proud of what you've done. So you kind of can't wait for people to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that we're still a band. I'm not surprised that we're still best friends. I'm not surprised that, there are people that we work with, we've been working with for 35 years. And like our families and our kids have grown up with each other. And it's like, it really is, it's more than music. It's just a big community of people. And so whenever we do something like this, it's like, oh, great. Like,
Everyone's
we get to go to
invested, yeah.
Japan again.
Yeah.
You know, we get to go play another festival somewhere. We're genuinely grateful and appreciative for that.
Yeah.
Fun. And then, so the album's out this Friday, 24th of April.
Yeah.
It's called Your Favorite Toy. And then there's going to be also 2 massive shows at Anfield in Liverpool, which is happening this summer. And that's going to be part of a tour that goes on way into next year. How does that aspect of your life, feel for you now, knowing that, this is it, we're packing the bag, you're going on the road?
I can't wait. First of all, we've figured out a way to do it comfortably. When we were young, we would go out for 2.5 months and go home for a week and go out for 2 months and come home for 10 days and go out. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll come out and we'll do maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. Then we go home and we relax and we recuperate and we we recharge the batteries and stuff. So it's not as daunting as it may seem. And it's exciting because we go to these incredible places all over the world.
And then do the whole family go? Do people be like, oh my God, Tokyo, I'm coming?
Well, this is the other thing. So, for years, when we would do a European tour, everyone would bring their whole families. And so, we would have this big plane to ourselves. It had our logo on the tail. So rock and roll. Very rock and roll. Yeah. FF on the tail, big plane. Got all these kids in the back of the plane, and they're all like watching cartoons and stuff and whatever. And we're all up front just pounding champagne, fried chicken, and doing the whole thing. Then we would land in like Stockholm. Yeah. And the kids would get to see Stockholm. Or we would land in Milan. And so it really sort of like broadens their whole scope or like idea of everything. Yeah. So it's really fun. But it's also really fun to like be on stage and you're like killing it and you're having the best audience. And you look over on the side of the stage and like someone's child has like the headphones and they're just on the side of the stage like so because they don't care. They could give a they don't care. Really don't care.
Like this again.
No difference. Like, smoothie.
Keeps you in check.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, that's
and
brilliant.
then, are you a band that will go out and do things, see things, be like, oh, we've got to go to this restaurant, we've got to go and see that exhibition, or we've seen it?
Well, it depends. I'll tell you what we are big on is band dinners. We love to have dinner together, and we do it on almost every day off. Yeah. And sometimes it's full band and crew, so it's 25 people. Sometimes it's maybe 4 or 5 of us. But it's one of our favorite things to do. Wherever we are, we find a good restaurant, and we go and we sit down. We have a good bottle of wine, and we have a dinner. And then we go to sleep and get rest, and the next day we rock the house.
Yes, come on. Fun.
But that follows what you said about your mother, like sitting around a table and sharing together. Yeah. And when you talk about a family, and you sort of see that, because there are bands that some of the members you can tell aren't getting on, and you sort of see it a bit when they perform.
Like who?
Well, I'm not going to say. Anyway, but...
all the ones that you think are like that
exactly.
are like that.
But, you don't see it when you see you guys. We went to Glastonbury and you're so close. You're seeing the eye contact between the people playing.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's looking over and sort of, and they're responding to each other. And actually, the best bands, in a way, they're obviously playing to the audience, but they're in their own worlds.
For sure.
They're actually playing for each other. And that, I think, is when it becomes magical.
And it
when you're
humanizes
witnessing that.
it.
Yeah, of course it does.
Like my kids who play music, and one of the things that they're inspired by is the human element of music. God, there was once where I went into the studio with David Bowie. Oh, he was recording this 25 years ago, 26 years ago. And I had just seen him perform at a V festival or something like that. It was like Prodigy, David Bowie, and we happened to be on the bill. And I was standing in the photo pit, and he was right there. He was right above me singing. And it was just like, it was otherworldly. I mean, it was like a religious experience. I was just like, he's an angel. This is amazing. Yeah. And I told him when I met him in the studio, I said, I just saw you. Like, it was such a trip to see you, like, in human form, right there, right in front of me. And he says, what did you think? What did you feel? And I'm like, oh. So the first thing that come out of my mouth, like an idiot, I said, well, the first thing I noticed was all of your imperfections.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Right.
I backpedaled so fast. I don't know how I got out of that one, but I was like, what? I would never say that to anybody.
Let alone David.
Oh my God.
Is that horrible?
Yeah. But I feel like he might have liked that though.
Yeah, he would have.
I think he would have liked that. It's quite an intro. I mean, it's always funny when you meet someone like David Bowie, like an icon, and you're like, oh, I love that. Well, yes, obviously.
Well, you know what's
obviously,
funny?
Good.
Yeah.
So maybe he would have liked
Yeah.
Maybe, but so here's the crazy thing, and I'm actually just putting this together right now. That day, we were recording a song for his guitar player, Reeves Gabriel's solo project. And I was just called in because they didn't have a drummer. And it's like, do you want to record a song with Bowie? I said, absolutely. So I got there. We have that conversation. He comes in. He's got this like big bag. And he sits down on the floor. I'm kind of cross-legged on the floor. He starts pulling out all of these magazines and postcards and photos. And he lays them out across the floor. And he grabs a notebook. And he had no lyrics. And he just sort of sat and looked at all these things. And he wrote this song. It was called I'm Nothing Without My Face.
Oh, wow.
And so he writes it out like this. And then it's time for him to do his vocal. He goes into the vocal booth. I swear to God, he has one take. And there's no, I mean, like his voice, it's the voice.
Yeah.
There's no effect. It's just exactly like this. Wow. You get chills. You're like, oh my God, that's the most reassuring, beautiful thing. This is real, you know? And then he leaves and we're just all so blown away. We're loading up all the equipment to split. And I'm loading up the drums and stuff. And I look and there's a music stand. And the lyrics are still on the music stand. And it says, I'm nothing without my face. And he had drawn a self-portrait in the corner, at this sort of scribbly sketch where one eye was sort of big and the other one was small and spiky thing. And I'm looking at it, and me and the other guys in the band were all looking at each other like,
Who's going to
take that? My sister was the one that turned me on to David Bowie when I was maybe 12 or 13. So I snatched it. And I framed it and I gave it to my sister for Christmas. And she just gave it back to me in my closet. And it's funny because I never considered this until just now that conversation that we had when we first sat down in the studio, maybe that was the response to
what you said, like imperfections.
Yeah, that's weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just another Tuesday night in the studio.
How do you want your whiskey? Do you want it on ice? Neat. Okay, neat. Okay, we're going in, Ange.
Going in.
But we have... What are you doing after this, Ange?
I've got dinner plans, but that's fine.
Who wins?
Well, for ages.
This is my last one of the day, so
Yes.
I'm in heaven.
Okay, neat.
How do you get them so crispy?
Hot oil, you know that.
I'm just
Come on.
asking.
Oh, the
Come on.
Jamesons.
Yeah, really hot olive oil. And then when it's hot, straight in. And don't play with them. I think everything, I bet in barbecues, people who don't know about barbecues play with stuff too much. You've got to let it do its thing.
We have a saying.
Yeah.
In barbecue.
Yeah.
If you're looking, it ain't cooking.
You always fiddling? Are you a fiddler?
No, huh?
No. On the barbecue.
Wait, what are we talking about?
It's a very personal question.
Yeah.
Can I have an ice cube? Is there any ice cube?
Do you want an ice cube?
Please, yeah, I can't.
No, I don't like to mess with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Open up a little bit because I mean, the most important thing is maintaining that consistent temperature.
Yeah.
And in order to do that,
You got to check it every now and
Wait,
again.
why do you love what?
This is really funny,
give us the
actually.
barbecue history.
Okay, so I grew up in Virginia. Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. There was always barbecue around. When Nirvana got popular, my father told me, listen, buy a house.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Smart.
Don't waste the money.
Yeah.
I was living in Seattle at the time. I was living in Seattle at the time. So rather than buy a house in Seattle, which would have been worth a fortune, I bought a beach house in North Carolina. That's when I really became obsessed with barbecue.
Yeah.
Carolina barbecue.
Right.
Because also barbecue's really regional in America.
In America, yeah.
There's
in the South, totally different.
There's you've got like Kansas City, and that's kind of a sweeter. Sometimes there's a dry rub. Texas is just salt and pepper. That's basically it. It's almost like music.
Yeah.
Where Chicago's famous for the blues.
Yeah.
Nashville's famous for country. Seattle's famous for underground rock and stuff like that. That the regional aspect of music and food, I think is so cool because there's something about the environment that influences those things.
Yeah,
it's like an accent, right?
Yeah.
So I got really into that. So about 12 years ago, I broke my leg. I fell off a stage.
Yeah.
and was incapacitated. It was bad. At the end of that tour, we made this EP that was for free for our fans. There was this one song that was called Seven Corners that we'd been working on for 25 years. And I said, hey, maybe we should do Seven Corners. And Taylor, our drummer, says, dude, you're not going to finish that song. You've been working on it for 25 years. I'm like, no, I could do it. He goes, how about this? Each one of us will give you $1,000 if you finish that song. And so I say, like, well, I'm definitely, like, I don't even care what it sounds like now. I'm going to get $5,000.
Yeah.
So I finished the song, and then we had one more trip to Europe, and our tour manager comes in the first day of the last trip, and he goes, okay, here's everybody's per diems for the tour. It was $1,000. And Taylor says, everybody has to give their $1,000 to Dave because he finished the song. So I'm like, this is great, except for Nate, our bass player. He goes, I got you something. And it was a big green egg smoker. I sit down with this thing, and I start to learn to barbecue. And then you make that first like rack of ribs or something, or brisket that's actually good. And you're like, oh, I'm a chef. the 6 months leading up to that, the kids are like, Daddy, no more ribs. No more ribs, please. No more barbecue. And so, but then you get it right. So then you decide like, well, let's invite some people over. And so the parties get bigger. Then the smoker gets bigger. So now you're like going from the big green egg to one that's like the size of this table, and they're like, that's not big enough. And so you start kind of upping your game. And around that time, I was cooking for charities and things like that. But in Los Angeles, I noticed like the homeless population was growing, and there were more and more people on the street. And you know, you can cook for a charity fundraiser and raise a bunch of money that's going to go to an organization, or you can just pull up your smoker and cook a ton of food and give it to the people. So there was a place down the street from where we have our studio. It's a shelter that it was an old roller skating rink that they turned into this facility that was like, basically, you can come in and you can have a warm place to sleep and you can have a good meal, but we're going to help you get back on your feet so that you can get back to life and have a beautiful life. And so we literally were like, I knocked on their door like, hey, we can cook for like 500 or 600 people. Can we? So we set up in the parking lot. We started doing that. So then I established this relationship with these people called Hope United. Now, those smokers, I should show you what it looks like.
Yeah, I want to see the size
smokers,
of them.
So this is what it looks like when you're cooking for 13,000 people.
Oh my God. They're like mini trains.
It looks like a train.
Yeah, it does. They're huge.
In doing that, you know, like, there's a lot of people. They're going to have a good meal tonight.
Yeah, of course,
And so it's just the challenge of like, okay, so you do this thing and you have this tool or whatever. Like, just do it. And that's where it came from.
I love that. Well, cheers to that, Dave.
Cheers.
Yeah. Come on.
Wait,
cheers.
Let me do
Cheers.
Okay, I'm going straight here.
Cheers.
The whiskey that we're having, delicious. Jameson's Triple, which is triple distilled, triple cask, bourbon, sherry, and chestnut.
It's delicious.
Irish whiskey.
So what would a British barbecue be?
Well, my memories of a barbecue, maybe not now, but I think growing up, it was a bit...
We've definitely got better.
You'd have like...
You don't say.
Sausages, burgers that are this thin, no big bits of meat.
So in America in the last 10 years, there's been this sort of like barbecue resurgence or where there's television shows.
Oh, yeah.
And there are competitions, like pit masters.
Oh, yeah, like
or something like that.
Oh,
like that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And there's all these people like they're like competing to have the best barbecue. And I don't see barbecue as a competition thing, right?
I think it's a personal thing.
I don't want to put my mom's quiche against your mom's quiche. There's another way to say that.
Pun intended. Sorry. I was before you guys came in, about the relationship between, you had a great chemistry with Josh Homme, of course.
Oh, yeah, I love
But I was
Josh, love
thinking
Josh.
maybe Dave and Angela are kindred spirits.
Oh,
I've compiled a
okay.
list.
You know, someone said that to me before I walked in this room.
Oh, right.
What did they say?
Who said that?
They basically said, you guys, you're very much alike. I was like, I am? Really?
Very
And then I heard
similar.
your laugh. I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
Sister from another mother.
Here we go. Here are the things. You both think everything is better with butter.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
just correct. That's
Just,
correct.
you know,
Even my kids say that.
Yes.
Like, from a young age, I'd always say, everything's better with butter. I
Everything's
literally
better
say
with
those
butter.
words.
Yeah, it is.
You both have fantastic hair.
Oh, thank you.
wow.
You do, yeah. You really
thanks
do,
very much.
You think?
Yeah.
I do like your hair.
I feel like
you're
thanks.
embracing
Yours
it.
too. I feel
Yeah.
like it's
You got a
maybe
natural
we have
curl.
the same haircut.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, mine can,
Yeah,
it
it's
has,
good. Yeah. Dave, you have described good drumming as feel. Angela, you said that about cooking before. You've been like, you say you just do it, or you reduce it, you just feel it.
Yeah, that's true.
Common
Okay,
thread.
feel. Well, yeah.
Dave, you've performed for Paul McCartney. Angela, you've cooked for him.
I have, yeah.
Let's just round up. You're both best friends with Paul McCartney.
If only.
But this is the thing that I love. You have both said that you want to tap dance.
Oh.
I know when I said it. I can't believe you said it.
Yeah. So
I haven't got a tap shoes today,
No.
David.
Okay,
Otherwise, I'd
so
do it.
well, here's what's sad. I do, and I still haven't done it. What? No.
So what was
this
that?
goes back
Explain.
a long,
Oh my
long
God,
time.
yeah.
Where, oh God, this is maybe 35 years ago. I thought, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have rhythm, and I'm like ambidextrous or whatever. I
Looks
can
easy,
probably
yeah.
pull it off.
Yeah.
And I'd always heard, and I don't know if it's true, that the first drummer to use a double kick drum set
Right.
was like a tap dancer.
Oh,
that
makes
just was like,
sense,
you
yeah,
know,
of
started
course.
like
Yeah,
doing whatever.
yeah,
and
yeah.
so I thought, well, I want to try that. Like
Yeah.
someday I want to learn. And someone for my birthday gave me the shoes.
Oh, right.
And I remember putting them on and like click, 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 click. I immediately turned them off. Took them off because I had to turn them off. I took them off because I thought like, okay, if I'm going to do this, like this has to be like a next chapter.
Yeah.
I want this to happen when it's time.
Yeah.
Basically, I want this to happen when I have nothing else in my life.
Right.
You know, like at some point when it's like, God, what else is there to live for? I'm
Let
like,
me get those shoes.
are in there. And I'm
Go dancing
could you
around
imagine? I
there.
know it's a bit tango.
Wow.
Yeah, we gotta
Why
learn
did we
that.
get onto you wanting to tap dance?
I think
Yeah,
I've
what is
seen
that?
something. I just think being able to dance really well and properly, I think it's an amazing skill.
Agreed.
And I'd love to be able to do it properly. I mean, I've got rhythm. I can dance. I do all right when I go out and stuff. But I'd love to be able to learn that. And I just think that sort of beat, you know,
I
doing
love
it
it.
the quickly.
How about this? I'll give you drum lessons.
Yeah.
And then you take those drumming skills and you parlay that into tap dancing.
Yeah.
And then you teach me to tap
It's
dance.
a deal.
Yeah,
And
deal.
Shake on the whiskey.
Yeah,
Cheers.
there you
Yeah.
go. That's a
Deal.
show I
There we
want to
go.
see.
Yeah. We'll see you in 30 years.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. He's got a tour to do.
I'll be
There's
87
going on.
years
Yeah.
old.
I'm ready. I will be waiting. Dave Grohl, are you ready for your fast food quiz?
100%.
Okay. Tell us your favorite way to eat eggs.
Scrambled.
Favourite sandwich filling?
I would have to go with roast beef.
Roast beef. Nice.
And what is your favorite herb?
I would probably say rosemary.
Oh, I like rosemary. What's your favourite, the dish you miss most when you're away from home?
I would probably say my wife's pork chops.
Oh.
She makes a good.
Yeah, nice.
Dave Grohl, what is the best item to barbecue?
I'm going to go generally pork.
Yeah.
If you need you want to be more specific, I would say ribs.
Yes.
Ribs. And what's your favourite barbecue utensil?
Oh, it's personal.
Basically just a kitchen towel.
Okay.
So a kitchen towel can really come in handy because, like I said, if you're looking, it ain't cooking.
Yeah.
So when it comes time to open up your 300-degree smoker door, you grab your towel and you do that. And then you're going to pull a rack out, and then you're going to move things. It's the one thing that you need
Action.
beyond the gloves and beyond because you're not really messing with anything.
Yeah.
And so
Finally, what would you say is the best dish from your childhood?
I would say steamed blue crabs, Maryland blue crabs with Old Bay seasoning.
Oh, I love
And
Old Bay
which is,
seasoning.
the boil, it could be anything from beer with lemons and Old Bay and stuff like that. But once the crabs are steamed, then you've got a long table that you just put newsprint over the whole table. You get like a bushel of crabs all steamed, and you just dump them out around the table, and you have 12, 15 people sitting around a table just picking crabs. For hours and hours and hours. And you just drink beers and you tell stories.
Nice.
And you you throw some corn cobs and things like that in there, maybe some potatoes. But it's It's more of a communal conversation meal. That is like my number one favorite thing.
Yeah.
I could do. I mean, you go home smelling like a corpse.
Yeah.
But it's disgusting. But it's. Yeah, I could spend. I could eat 25 crabs in that way.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
We're gonna test
Plus,
that
there's so
now.
much salt. Like the salt is just like, and then you're pounding cheap beer, and then the salt, and you wake up the next day, and your feet look like Fred Flintstone. It's like, oh my god! But it is really my favorite meal.
Dave Grohl, we come to the end of the show. Question for your chance to win this Waitrose goodie bag. We've done the big shop for you.
For you.
All you got to do is...
sorry. It's very dodgy.
Oh, it's a new trolley. It's a new trolley, everybody.
It has 2 wheels.
It's a new trolley.
random.
All you got to do is answer this question.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, Dave. Thanks
Hi.
for coming on Dish.
You're welcome.
Truly one for the books.
Love it.
To win the Waitrose goodie bag, we have one simple task. Could you take a trip back in time to the first instrument you ever played? The trombone.
Oh.
Could you play as a tune?
On a trombone.
Yeah. I mean, we have one.
Yes.
We have one.
No, you could not.
Yay!
I'm going to get my trombone.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Come on.
My God. I haven't done this, I think. First of all, you're left-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen that trombone in my life. Okay, here we go.
I don't know if I can do this.
Okay.
Okay.
I literally haven't done this since I was 8 years old. And I stopped playing it for 2 reasons. It was hard to carry to school, and I was not going to get any chicks.
No, unfortunately not. Okay. Let's now enjoy Dave Grohl on the trombone.
For the first time in 50 years?
Yes! A 50 Dave Grohl on the trombone. Yes. Rousing.
Amazing.
Glad I gave that up.
Oh, I love that. Dave Grohl playing that trombone on the brand new Foo Fighters album out this Friday. It's a trombone. There's no trombone. Dave, that was so fun. The goodie bag is
brilliant.
yours, of course. Round of applause for the
Thank
one
you,
and only
Dave.
Dave Grohl, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Brilliant.
So fun. Yeah.